Hello, welcome to Down with Dragons here on Monsters of Roll. I am DM Scott. With me, as always,
Killian, playing the artist formerly known as Maven Corpseflower. She was a friend to no one and a pain to all, and currently lying in a pool of her own blood. So, yeah.
And Mick playing Holliver, a gnomish relic hunter who thought he was smart, but now doesn't seem to know what he's doing at all.
Chris playing Viet, 8-foot tall dwarven ranger barbarian with a blue arm. Put all his stuff away. He's getting ready to grab Maven and grapple and pull her out of the room, and that's where he's at. Doing my best Andre the Giant impersonation.
And we are not friends, for the record.
For the record.
I'll never forget.
And Catherine playing Juniper Swift, a human cleric on the verge of a mental breakdown.
Why?
I don't understand why you guys got to internalize all this. All right. So before we dive in, do we have any announcements? I think just the regular.
Yeah, just the regular stuff. Hey, we have merch. I don't know if you guys know this yet, but we have merch. You can check it out in the link down below. You can get pictures of your favorite character on whatever you want. You can get the Monsters of Roll logo on pretty much anything that exists. Don't quote me on that, but I'm sure Redbubble can make it happen. Yeah, go check it out. It's pretty cool. I like to go on there and add things to my cart and then forget about it. So if you're anything like me, you can do that too. It's great. We also have the ability for you to send in inspiration. Go ahead and contact us again in the link down below using the hashtag inspiration. Let us know what you liked, what you didn't like. If you want to give DM Scott an advantage over us and an extra role to really just make our lives more difficult, you can do that. If you want to give your favorite player an upper hand in battle or to waste on a persuasion roll, as I am wont to do, you can do that as well. Again, use that hashtag inspiration in that little link down below. We'd love to hear from you. You don't even have to give us inspiration. Just say hi. I don't know.
Hi. Yeah.
Talk to us.
Good too.
That's it. That's all I got for you.
All right. Thank you very much, Killian. All right. So last time, some things happened. But luckily, we're going to skip way ahead. None of that mattered. No. It'll be just that scene as you guys leave and we're like, wow, how did we make it out of that? As you know. Always leave the audience wanting more. That's, you don't explain it. All right. So jumping last time the group followed a vampire who they did not want to follow, but some of the group did because laboratory and slide pole, which was still denied.
I didn't even get to use it.
I know.
Sucks.
Group came with him. An unsteady peace was brokered, came into his abode. Some vials of blood were extracted, some questions asked, most answered, some tension, and somebody got turned in potentially maybe to a vampire and bit and drained of their blood and dropped on the ground while half the party was frozen in their perception of time. And Juniper, as the vampire, drains Maven's blood, watching and staring back at her.
Yeah.
And then gives Maven his own blood. And then just kind of a looking at the frozen people like, that sucks. And just peace out. And left. As the spell ends and suddenly everyone is back and sees Maven still on the ground with blood. That's
Yeah.
where we'll pick back up.
Juniper is rushing forward and I guess trying to hit that hot button, the pause button, that gentle repose.
Okay.
Yeah.
So,
And the first thing Viet and Holliver hear upon, I guess, coming to is a giant F-bomb echoing through the halls. Yeah. Yeah,
Flornar.
sure.
Tarneus Flornar.
It's a bit shorter of a word than that.
Tornaeus Flornar. Okay.
I'm happy I don't have
So,
to.
okay, you cast second level gentle repose, and you like it feels like it should, I guess. There's a dead body, and
Right.
you have cast a thing upon it.
Yeah.
Yeah. What's the rest of the group doing as this moment everyone's coming back to themselves? Yeah.
Okay.
And you see Juniper.
June's just like leaning over, like shaking and like crying. Like that's all that.
And what's his vampire is gone?
He does seem to have vacated the area in a blink of an eye.
I think Holliver is just kind of shocked and like, what? Why did we let this happen? Why did we come here? What are we doing? Oh my goodness. Yeah. So I don't like what happened. Oh, I'm still holding on to my ape form, right?
I mean, yes, you would be.
The
still
giant
technically
ape
that's
form.
inside you.
Forgot about that.
Yeah.
Tensing that magic muscle.
Okay, so that's probably not very useful for much, but when I don't know what to do, it's useful to at least have something. So I'm going to revert to the giant ape form and, maybe
simplify your mind.
Yeah, and just break some stuff while I'm, trying not to think about stuff. Yeah.
Fair. All right. So yeah, you revert back into the giant ape, which once again fills a section of the room fairly quickly. And yeah, you can by all means, there's chairs, there's couches, there's a large mirror, there's all kinds of things that can be broken.
Mm-hmm. You said statues too?
No statues in this room.
Okay.
That's outside the door.
I'm sorry.
The big giant.
Oh.
Yeah, those are big statues.
Yeah, I will just Professor Hulk smash stuff, deliberately and
but way less enthusiastic.
Yeah.
Okay.
Let's go with that.
All right. Viet.
After Viet was ready to grab at her, and then looks down, and assuming she looks
has shifted.
Very pale. Is there blood all over? Like how big of a mess did we're gonna make with this little hors d'oeuvre here?
He made a very good effort to collect all that he did in his time, but she is also dead and has a gaping wound on her neck. That is, definitely slowed. It's no longer got a pulse to it.
Mm-hmm. And June is hovering over the body.
She just cast you, and you could visibly see she just cast a spell on the body.
Yeah.
Or did something to it anyway. But yeah, okay.
Yeah.
Juniper, what? You blinked.
I blink a lot.
I blinked, and she is down. What was happening?
I'm so sorry. I'm trying to decide what she would be doing. She's not a great layer.
While she's hyperventilating there,
Right.
Viet will look at the Swiftblade. He'll look at the door. Like, do we have room integrity, or is the door wide open?
The door is like right in, like, it's not shut, but it is close to it, easily shut. And if you give a look in that direction, it will all of a sudden you'll see kind of the Swiftblade's head in the helmet and everything move, and he'll pull out a sword and he's going to step out and check the hallway.
Yep. Viet will go. We'll step behind him there.
Yep.
He'll draw the dynamic warhammer, the Brannick hammer out, and shift it into the big pointy gladiator stick again.
Okay. All right. Out in the next room, it's actually kind of that half room that has stairs going down towards the actual center hallway. Nothing out here. So it's still and dark as it was when you passed through the first time.
Yep.
June is
Tap the Swiftblade on the shoulder and back into the room. Get ready to close the door after the Swiftblade gets back in.
Okay.
Might death bring you and the Swiftblade back together? I'm building bridges all over this.
June's gonna collect herself just slightly and thinking on what she got a feeling. Wow, this is the most disjointed sentence. Those last looks from Tarneus, like between him and her as he right before he fled, she's going to get up and cross to the shelf where he was putting the vials of blood.
Yes. And
are there vials still there?
There are many vials. This is the area that had the Bunsen burners, and you've been working with many of them. There are vials that do appear to have some blood in them. Yes.
Okay. Do they look? Can I identify the fresh ones from their warmth, or by the
roll me a medicine or
viscosity?
Viscosity.
Medicine, or what was the other? I'm sorry.
Medicine or perception.
All right. New dice. Who dis? Ooh, 17.
So which one are you doing?
Medicine.
Medicine. All right.
This
so
is medicine. Yeah.
Judging from the viscosity and the clotting, you would say that there is bottles here from every single one of you. They are fresh. But you will also see that each one is open, or not open, but it's like it has been sampled, and so it's got the streaks and stuff like that. And so it's like you definitely know that's not the amount that is in these bottles is not the amount you watched that was being taken.
Okay, I'm gonna take them anyway.
Okay.
And
you
then
now have
this
vials of blood.
Great.
Really good to have on hand in a vampire.
Yeah, it might be.
Right. Listen.
Actually would be good. You could throw him like a grenade.
Yeah.
I'm not here. Sorry. I'm gonna mute my microphone.
The apparatus that he was using to test them.
Yes.
Is that like still there? There's like it was a burner. Like, what is this?
It was an arcane version of like a chemistry set, because it is a mixture of the two. There is areas that he was sampling, putting little samples, stuff like that, and putting things on magical fire elements and things like that. Looking through it, are you asking is like the rest of what would be used there in different testing?
Yeah, just kind of like what it looked like. Yeah, she's just she's avoiding.
No, I get it.
She's avoiding having to deal with.
Roll me just a raw intelligence check.
Sure.
Because there was a lot of discussion going on during that. And
yeah. Oh, Okay.
No one was
So now-
watching 100%. What?
It was a natural 19 plus 1, so dirty 20.
So maybe you did, because as everyone was going back and forth, maybe you were distractedly watching him. No, most of these do not really, other than maybe one has a little bit of residue. There is nothing that is currently still being worked on.
Okay.
So he didn't leave a fire going or anything like that. Or
Okay.
and they're like whatever he sampled with, yep. Is not like visibly sitting in a jar somewhere cooking.
Okay.
Yet.
That's cool. I'll just keep it at the files.
Okay.
Assuming Oliver is still smashing stuff.
Half-heartedly.
Half-heartedly, yes.
Stupid painting.
Picks up the copy of Swanky Dangles. Can't force himself to do it. Anyway, Viet will go to the body on the floor and ooh, nice job, Killian.
Oh, very nice.
I like it.
It's because
I
I'm
like
dead.
No.
It's like the-
will. I believe Maven has a backpack. He's going to start right protocol from the company. Somebody goes down. You pick up the stuff that the living might need yet before you haul everybody out. So starts going through her things, potions. Grabs her amulet that she was given. The Dragon's Bane dagger, explosive pine cones, Red's back swing spider canister, the snow globe. He'll take the snow globe and tuck that into his pouch versus the backpack. I think she's got another some sort of small bag on her. He's going to double check that just to see if there's anything in there.
There are potions in there.
Okay.
And there is a wrapped up heart.
That's right.
Okay. He will grab those and shove that in her backpack too.
Yeah, might want those later too. You never know.
So,
So out of
And
curiosity,
then-
because
yep.
I know for Viet, this is like it makes sense protocol.
Yep.
However, Juniper,
Mhm.
what would the reaction be watching Viet just matter of factly come over to Maven's body and in a more crude sense loot her?
Totally get it. It's pragmatic choice. You got to
Okay.
do it.
Just making sure. Juniper.
I'm sorry. I'm weighing her mental state right now. Actually, she'd probably go like numbly help him.
Okay.
Just like kind of pass things back. Like, here, I'll take a bag and I'll hold it. If he'll allow her to help, she would help.
Viet would hand her the dagger. Juniper be trading with Oliver whenever he comes out of this form. Give him the short sword. And then he's going to stand up, pick Maven's body up. He's going to check for a pulse.
Medicine check.
Assuming, but he's not going to check for a pulse. Her throat's torn open.
The other side.
He will pull her eyes back and take a look at her eyes. And he'll be muttering, "Show me your eyes, Maven, corpse flower."
If you want, other than just dead person eyes, roll medicine.
That's in that one. So
Dead person eyes.
+2.
Um,
3. All right.
Ooh.
Is there
will.
anything in this room to like clean the blood off of her neck?
There's like a really tattered and like decaying rug. There's you guys have more stuff on you
Okay,
that
then
would
yeah,
actually be a better.
I would like to just kind of clean as much blood off of that neck as I can.
Okay.
Just because I know we're about to go back out into that house. Yeah.
Okay. Are you just trying to clean it up, or are you gonna? Even though I understand she's dead, but like field dressing or anything like, or is it just kind of clean it up and?
Yeah, clean it up and then probably like wrap it so that it doesn't continue.
Just be jammed.
And eventually it would coagulate, but
just jam the rag in there. Juniper. It will staunch it.
I'm gonna press and wrap like
okay.
as if she were still alive. It's going to be gentle.
Gotcha.
Viet will
less
when she's done with this. Viet will less than gently just pick up the body and sling it over his shoulder.
Okay.
Get the hammer. How level do we need to be going? He will look at the swift blade, and he will tell the swift blade that I will be taking point.
No objection.
And he kind of looks at the rest of them, and then he goes to the door.
Okay. So, coming back out.
Okay, sorry. Can I?
Who you asking?
God, I hate. Can I roll an insight on Viet?
Oh, of course. Roll
I hate just
insight.
asking that. I literally, it's the worst thing.
Mm-hmm.
12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19.
And his passive deception, we'll call it just passive deception. Just 8. Okay. So this is a pretty good success, Viet. What would she pick up off of you then?
Viet's on autopilot.
Okay. So you would have noticed, though, in the past, that normally means a lot is wrong. Mm-hmm. And this is that autopilot mode for that stuff's over here now.
It's a compartmentalization. Yeah.
All right. So marching order heading out is Viet in the lead.
Is Oliver is still an ape.
Yeah, I'll just like smash a wardrobe or library shelf and blow my giant ape nose into like one of his finer cloaks or something, and then revert back to Oliver form.
Okay, then I will give you the short sword, the Dragonbane short sword.
Got it.
Viet will shift his hammer into the war pick form.
And then Swiftblade is going to be taking behind you, Viet, but he is probably staying back about 15 feet and kind of purposely blocking the path a little bit so nobody can really pass him who's behind, and just maintaining just a little distance. As you work your way out back into that hall in the dark, you don't hear anything. It's actually almost quieter than it was before. And you make your way back out into the outside of the building where the big statues are, and their torch, or like the braziers that were kind of lit, those are all out now. And you can make your way back towards the tunnel, make your way through there, and eventually back into that kind of little side alley street and back into the, I guess, ruined city proper.
It will be, of course, on hyper alert. So, as is his wont. Yeah, he'll just keep leading them out.
Okay.
Probably being startled at, well, there's no noises. So, but
yeah, right now there's it's quiet right now.
Oliver does have a healer's kit. He can help tend to Maven's condition as she's being carried along.
What are you trying to do?
I saw Juniper trying to, help her look more dignified, and I'll help clean up as well.
You're going to need a lot more than that to make me look dignified.
Well, at least Oliver never met you when you were in your no bathing stage.
That is true. Yeah, you could have helped absolutely with that Yeta Healers kit. And it's a little precarious, I guess, because as much as you're trying to do that, she is being carried very unceremoniously and just over the shoulder.
8 feet in the air.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. I probably can't even reach.
I mean, you're agile. You could probably, climb up the leg and then just
right.
So you start moving again. How far are you going to push it? Because by the time we got to here, you guys were approaching kind of where a rest would have started to come into play.
If we can find a defensive, like a building that has
roll me a survival check
or an alley or something.
Yeah,
I would be keeping an eye out for that. 23.
All right. Yeah, you can very easily, in your kind of very head on a swivel, and just you get a good hour or so of travel.
Are there any jewelry shops? I'm keeping an eye out for jewelry shops too.
Jewelry shops specifically. Well,
yeah.
This
is a really weird place to propose.
Not seeing any jewelry shops. I rolled a 6 on just the chances of
perfectly fine.
But you do find a very serviceable thing. Like, you know what? We can block that door. There doesn't seem to be a second level. Yeah. And you do find a place that does feel safe enough to go into. Go in and give it a once over. Other than there is a basement, there is nothing else. There's nothing creepy inside. No, nothing waiting. And you guys are able to actually hunker down and camp there for the night if you'd like.
What do we have for a door?
Single door, and with that 23, it's think that nice reinforced thick, wood.
Okay. Do we have any tables or anything in here as well?
Absolutely.
This is a residence or a shop, or what do we got?
This is more of a residence.
Okay. Viet would set Maven's body down, take the table. Once everybody's inside, including he'll allow the Swiftblade in. And then he'll flip the table and push it up against the wall. He'll take his crowbar, put that against the table, and click the immovable rod function.
Love that. All right. Yep. Door feels about as secure as you can. The door will come apart before that crowbar gives up. And all right. Are we setting a watch? Are we even all resting or able to? What is
set a watch? Yeah. Let's do that. And then I think Oliver would love to do a watch, because if this is like a residence in this old place, he would love to figure out daily life back in pre-dragon times.
Mm-hmm.
So unless anybody else volunteers, Oliver would take first watch.
Okay. Oliver taking first watch. Someone taking second?
June's probably not sleeping right away. So I guess I can take second.
Viet's been taking third watch typically when he's not having nightmares. So he, like everybody else is deciding about watches, he just goes and crawls up. Like, so he's going to take Maven's before he crawls up into a corner. What do we have in Hearth? Yeah. Yep. He's going to go check out the basement quick.
Down in the basement, it is a little bit fancier, kind of compared to what you would consider a common. Yeah, I mean, to what you'd consider to be like a root cellar, or it's not quite to our standards. Sorry, your character standard.
Rumpus room. Plasma
there is
TV
a pool
screen.
table. There is a pool.
So it's got a plasma TV screen. Okay.
Yeah, plasma. Yeah. So downstairs there is like it definitely has a cellar kind of quality to it, but it is a lot more like wood and stonework intermingling a little bit here and there, and everything is built into the wall. So all those kind of cool shelves that are always built into the actual structure, everything is put away more, and you can see where there was even like shelving that probably once, because it's just dirt, probably all once had plants and stuff like that. And there's some tables, some boxes. They're very old, but yet not ravaged by time either. So they were built very well.
You'll poke through the boxes just real briefly, just to double check.
Okay.
Like behind the boxes.
Investigation. Yeah, roll me investigation.
Probably more concerned with something living in the boxes or around the boxes or behind the boxes, I think. Investigation of a 4. Autopilot's not doing well for him.
Is this can Oliver accompany Viet on this investigation?
Yeah, this is technically before you guys are all bedding down.
Right. So as long as it's before I'm taking a rest, I might as well pop off some spells since I only have 2 every short rest. So I'm going to summon a shadowy version of, it almost looks like Viet, but it's Viet's despair, to kind of be another eyes and potential defender if we need it. And this is a shadow spirit from the spell Summon Shadow Spawn.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, that's not going to freak him out
just in case something comes up.
Yeah, no. What was that?
Just in case something comes up.
Okay. Are you doing it where Viet can see it or behind Viet?
Viet would see it at some point.
Would you do it where Viet would see you doing something and bringing it into the world? Or is this going to be he turns around and sees it?
Turns around and sees it.
Okay. So, you are going through the boxes. You do find, and like you open them a couple, and you do see like this is these aren't airtight sealed crates or boxes or anything like that. And so it does look like there probably was once, hundreds of years ago, like some supplies, stuff like that. Now it's mostly just kind of dust and very little else.
Okay.
And then as you kind of even have that thought of just like almost autopilot failing me now, or you turn around and there is this shadowy version of you standing there.
Yeah, Viet would go immediately into a rage and start attacking it.
Okay.
With a yell. No, he won't yell. He's in silent mode right now, so he won't even just overdrive mode.
Okay.
Like this is what he was waiting for. Something was going to happen.
Roll initiative. You two.
Okay.
Did he leave Maven's body in a different?
Yes.
Like, did he
upstairs?
Yeah,
Okay.
It's upstairs. He went to go check downstairs.
Cool. Then while they're doing this, June is.
And initiative for Oliver is dirty 20.
21.
All right. So Viet. First off, Oh, I should just know. This was a level what spell there, however, because it's the only way you can cast it.
Oh yeah, so
Because that affects parts of this mechanic.
It is a 3rd level. Well, I'm casting it at 4th level because that's all I have.
Yep. So I got its hit points. Okay. All right. You may roll your attacks there, Viet, if you're charging in.
First attack. Oh, they're both 9s. Wow. 17 and 17 to hit. For my 2 attacks.
Both hit. Yeah, both hit.
Not very much for damage. 3, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21 points of damage.
21 points of damage. So yeah, you 2 swings going across, and the shadow where you hit disapparates just a little bit as the almost like the shadow is a little bit of liquid and like tar as it reforms, coming back together. Oliver, I don't know if you are right there or if you're up the stairs, but you can definitely tell that the shadow spirit was attacked.
Right. Yeah. I mean, I probably wouldn't be too far away. I probably came down the stairs first and it followed me.
Okay. Yeah. I didn't know how you saw that scene. Yeah.
So yeah, Oliver didn't really think that through, obviously, but now Viet's attacking his helper there, and just reacting like, yeah, this is just a shadow spirit. It's just to help us if we need it. It's not here to harm you, anything. And sees Viet's in a rage and is like, okay, whatever. So I am not going to issue an order. So if I do not, that means it'll take the dodge action and use its moves to avoid danger. But it also has the effect of, since it is the despair version, any creature other than me that starts its turn within 5 feet of it has its movement reduced by 20. Right. So that would apply to Viet. So, I mean,
yeah.
This isn't what I expected to happen. I don't want this to, but what am I going to do? Okay, this is better than maybe let Viet vent, whatever.
Okay. So if it uses its movement to try to get away from Viet, this is not a big basement. So the only way it could move far enough where you would think like it's not gonna like that. That slowing effect that happened to Viet, it'd have to go back up the stairs, or it just so it's like it can take another corner of the room, but he's kind of in the middle of the room, and you guys came in, so it's like he can kind of still get to everywhere.
I think I would guide it not to go up the stairs.
Okay.
Best not to stress anybody else out.
And let's not lead the raging barbarian up the stairs into the
Yeah. Okay, this isn't ideal, but therapy maybe. Okay, go for it.
Rage room.
All right. Yeah. Yeah. So the shadow seems to almost still looking like you, just kind of get in like an on guard, like kind of motion. Like he's ready for your attacks, but he's not attacking back. He just seems like he's battle ready. Your turn, and you do hear Oliver. Like I don't know how. Like
I rolled a 2 on my wisdom save, so he's
okay, fair. So swing away.
That would be I just gave myself a DC. So sorry, Scott. It was
I was literally going to ask you for it, like in your rage. Yep. Yes, that's fine.
These are both hits as well. This is 21 and 18, 19.
Okay, yeah.
19.
Yeah. Your shadow is very hittable.
6 plus 14 is 24 points of damage.
Okay.
What did you get last time?
21.
21. There's still a little bit left.
Yeah.
So yeah, again, like rips, and now there's actually holes showing through the form where it's not quite holding itself together, and it's kind of moving these holes around. But oh wait, it takes the dodge action, right? So you had disadvantage on both those attacks.
Oh,
I forgot about that. I've got your damage written down, so as long as you hit.
that would be a 16 and an 18 to hit.
Yep. So you still hit. So yeah, it tries moving out of the way, but you
and it's damage. So one of those would be a caustic strike for an additional 8 points on top of that. So 32.
And you dispel this, and it just disappears. Like the shadow hits the wall, almost like blood would, but then it just turns into smoke.
Oh my goodness.
Viet will start kicking boxes around, trying to see where this came from.
Trying to scare up another one.
If there's more of them. Yep, exactly.
Okay, no, that was my fault. Just my conjuration. Sorry. By all means, kick all the boxes you want.
All right. He heard this one, so.
So
I don't know how tall this basement ceiling is, but right.
I have a feeling that you're kind of,
Are you finding anything?
Kicks another box and stalks past Oliver up the stairs.
You could have the opportunity, like you're jumping at shadows,
While they were downstairs looking at stuff, June would have just been upstairs, I guess, sort of like praying over Maven's body, I guess, kind of laying it out a little nicer than Viet. Did Viet just kind of unceremoniously dump it down? Okay, so she would have just sort of
not
made
being
it.
like bashing her head in the floor or anything, but he's not. She's dead.
Yeah, she is dead.
I thought you were
Very
muted.
Interesting.
I was.
Okay, so you are praying over Maven's body, and just kind of straightening her out a little bit and paying proper respects to the body.
Yeah.
Yeah. You do hear all of a sudden a little bit of a commotion downstairs, and then like one or two boxes being bashed.
She would have run to the door at that. Like that would have.
Yeah. And then as you get to the top of the stairs, all of a sudden you see Viet kind of shouldering his way through and just kind of pushing past.
She just looks ready with like this sword.
Oops. Oliver's gonna stay down in the basement and finish this rooting through stuff, looking for stuff, but I'm gonna cast darkness on something on myself, so I can see through it, but they can't see what I'm doing. It's just better that way.
No, hold on.
Don't have to explain anything.
No, I do. I do.
Do you now?
My notes for just a random room of this size. Okay. So Maven, or not Maven, Juniper, as you get to the top of the stairs and you got the sword ready, and all of a sudden Viet's there and kind of starting to push past, and you look past and see the swift blade is kind of standing at kind of like attention at ease, like hand is on his hilt, but it's not tensed, and just with his back against the door that has the crowbar against it. And then all of a sudden there's inky black in front of you. because it's a globe that goes in every direction 20 feet. And this from floor to floor, right? It spreads around corners.
Feet.
Oh, it's 15. Only 15?
Yeah.
Okay, so you'll be able to see the top half of his body and like his head, but there is a globe of black.
on Viet, you mean?
Oh, from the floor, covering the floor in the room you were just in. Like, imagine he's in the basement, right in the middle of the basement, and it goes, and the second floor is right here, or the main floor is right here. So, like, half of that is filled with inky black darkness. You cannot see Maven.
So it like
it goes around corners and all that, so it's a full sphere.
Gotcha.
Okay. Unless let me look that up. Maybe I'm remembering wrong, but I thought it's like
no,
like through floors.
The way you're describing it is that, yeah, but it wouldn't go beyond 15 feet, would it?
It's 15 feet radius.
Yeah.
So round corners.
It's a 30-foot circle diameter. Oliver's making a lot of smart choices, is what you're saying.
I'm thinking of the overlap of okay. So
Fireball.
no, the overlap, it talks specifically about overlapping spells and how that works and stuff. And I was just going about the fact of the around the corners and thinking that was the overlap. No. So down the stairs, as you look at Viet and then look back down the stairs, all of a sudden there's just coming up the stairs, black. The entire downstairs is inky black.
And I know Oliver's down there.
Yes.
Oliver, should I be concerned?
No, I guess I don't know the range of your general concerns normally, but I don't think so.
Okay. I'm just gonna turn her back and walk away. Like, you know what? That's a problem for another day. I'm nope. Gonna nope on that.
All right.
Fair. Sorry for the alarming. I was thinking of that spell wrong. Sorry.
Viet's going to walk over by the door where the swift blade's at the table. And he's going to put the war pick away. And he's going to, on like the door frame next to or right near the door, towards the outside, he's going to put his hand against is it stone or wood or whatever it is?
The door is wood. But the frame would be stone.
He's going to put his hand on the door and take some breaths. I've let the rage go away.
Okay.
He's going to cast Primeval Awareness. As an action, you can spend one rage or spell slot, 1 minute per spell slot to sense whether any aberrations, celestials, dragons, elementals, fae, fiends, or undead are present within 1 mile of you, or within 6 miles if you're in your favorite terrain. This feature does not reveal the creature's location or number.
And what's your favorite terrain again?
I think I traded that in for something else. So.
Oh, okay.
Let me double check real quick. Yeah, I traded it in for Primal Knowledge.
Okay.
Or Deft Explorer. Yep. So.
Okay. So that, as you're calming down and you kind of use that to try to root yourself to focus out around you, that kind of pulse goes out, and at the very edge of it, you can feel there's undead. But they and kind of while it's in that moment and up and you're calming yourself down, it's also moving away.
All right. There's a fireplace here. We don't have any fire. Okay.
A small kind of more where you could cook a pot and stuff like that, but very old wood.
Viet will try to start a small fire and try to make some tea.
Okay. So you start. Viet starts busy himself getting fire going to do his normal tea ritual.
How big is this room?
The upstairs is a little bit bigger than downstairs. So it's about 20 across and like 30 wide in this main floor. And there is like one bedroom off to the one corner, kind of that where the stairs go down. It's like above where the stairs would go down.
Okay. I'm just gonna kind of go. I just want to have enough room to sort of go through the paces that Theobald was teaching her on how to work on that swordsmanship. Just the exercises. I just want to have enough room to do that without like.
With the table being cleared and put against the wall, very easily.
Yeah, even if I have to go into the other room, or I just kind of occupy my mind with something else.
Okay. So, Oliver, what are we doing down there in the dark?
I want to down here. I might as well root through everything and search for something.
Maybe I can flash a content warning or anything.
Yeah, nobody can see. See if I can find anything notable or useful, and maybe make it up to Viet for stressing him out.
Okay. Roll me an investigation check.
Huh? That's a 21.
21, not too bad. All right. So as you are kind of down there, you're looking around. There are the boxes that got kind of crushed and pulverized a little bit, and you can see the same like kind of dust and ash of something that might have been something for storage. Looking around, you also do see there is a small area that does have some old books and things like that, but none of them have any of that protective, like in tomes or anything like that. And so very quickly, even if you're trying to be gentle, like they are crumbling the second they are touched, even starting to get displaced.
What happens if I cast mending on an item like that?
See, and that's one of those things that and that's one of those things where I feel like it could work if it was a thing where it's like, it got damaged and destroyed and all that, because it talks about the fact that you have to have a piece to kind of reconnect and stuff like that. When something falls apart and is crumbling into ash and things like that, there are so many pieces that it's like I don't think it quite function to that degree, especially being a cantrip.
Okay.
But you do find kind of amongst them with stuff, you do find just like what looks like almost little keepsakes kind of box. Okay. And you do find there is looks to be like a really nice like little stone that is in there. There is what else? A little figurine of like, roll me a religion check with a flat. You've done research, so give me just a straight religion check.
All right. It's just a 9.
9. Yeah, you're not sure. I mean, it's old as well, but just looking at something about it makes you think it's like kind of like a totem of like the old gods.
Okay.
And then there's also the equivalent of think like little like almost rosary kind of bead. And it's like as you pick it up, the string that was once in it that kind of breaks apart as you start to even gently pick it up, but the little stones and beads and stuff are all there. It's just the material that kept them together.
Okay. All right. So what happens if I use one of those black pearls of identify on any of these items?
Before you do that, you would know enough. Just roll me just a straight Arcana.
It's a 23.
Okay. You would know, like, Oliver would know well enough to at least kind of do just a little bit of a magical pass, and you're not even getting a magical essence off anything, so you would know that is still going to give you nothing.
All right.
These are mundane items, but probably sentimental.
Okay. All right. Yeah, I would take all of them.
Okay.
And then
and what was that original investigation check again?
21, I think.
Okay.
Let me see. Yep, 21.
Okay. All right. So yeah, you can kind of close that box, and it has just a real simple latch on it. It is also, and with that, if you cast mending on the box, that is a sturdy enough wood that you kind of strengthen it, and it looks a little less decaying old wood. Now it looks old wood.
Yeah, I would do that. Try to. Okay. So yeah, if that's about it, I'd drop darkness and head up and chat with my remaining compatriots.
Okay. Head back upstairs.
Mm-hmm.
Viet is either calming down or trying to push the wall down. Juniper is kind of starting to go over like training steps for like a sword form, and the Swiftblade is just kind of over by the door watching Juniper.
Okay. I did get the sense, like Viet had mentioned before, he's done some of this dungeon delving and stuff, so I'll show him everything I found from downstairs, see if any recognition sparks in Viet. And oh hey, see what I found downstairs? Sorry about the shadow guy.
Yeah,
You okay, buddy?
Look. What is it again? Sorry.
Okay. So there's a box which I restored a bit with a mending cantrip. There is a nice stone in it, a figurine, which Oliver thinks might have something to do with the old gods. Looks kind of like a totem. And looks like prayer beads or rosary type beads with the string disintegrated.
It's just a pile of beads.
Yeah, handful of beads.
I love tiny beads.
Viet just shakes his head again. Goes to make his tea.
Okay. All right. Just prepare for watch then.
So who unless anybody has anything else specifically they're going to be doing.
Oh, curl up into a ball against a wall.
Okay. Who's
Near the
taking
door.
second?
June was gonna take second watch.
That's right. Okay.
Yeah.
So Oliver, roll me a perception check for your shift.
Is this something I can put guidance on myself with?
Not for an hour straight.
Gotcha.
Or hours straight.
Got an 11.
Okay. So first watch, 11. Second watch.
During that first watch, as soon as he is asleep, like definitely asleep. Is he snoring? Like
Probably.
Big boy snoring.
Okay.
Big boy snoring.
June wants to talk to Oliver.
Mhm.
Like, I don't know if we should tell Viet or not. I don't know if he can handle it, but Maven asked for this.
Yeah, but I can't help thinking, what were we thinking? What was I thinking? And this is our fault. My fault.
Yeah, I kind of said that from the beginning. But
Oh, I told you so.
Oh, really? I guess I wasn't listening.
do you know what I mean? She asked for this.
I do. I was there. She asked for it. She didn't seem like she was compelled in any non-natural way.
No, she took his offer.
Yeah.
And I don't know what to do about that.
It's so strange. But that's the thing about these Deadwood types. It's kill or be killed. There's no half measures. Anything to survive. Deadwood babies eat their mamas, Deadwood mamas eat their babies, and vice versa, all that. So,
Yeah.
Who knows? Doesn't surprise me a bit, really.
But this is a half measure.
Well, I get that we don't even know what the full measure needed is, right?
No.
So, while it seems absolutely insane to me, and it is, I get that Maven decided that we need another contingency, another arrow in our quiver for whatever might come up. I think I get that much. But the thing about what I'm thinking these days is I don't know if I'm thinking straight anymore.
I think if we try to rush the journey, we won't make it.
So we should take our time, hide in a hole. What are you suggesting?
No, I don't really know. All knowledge comes with a price.
Yes. Right? And don't sell yourself short, Juniper Swift. Time is a strategy. Time can be used as a weapon, as a strategy, as a maneuver. So you're not thinking wild thoughts here. You may be onto something.
I just didn't want to be the only one who knew.
Yeah. I get that. And I think I get that. What do we do with that information? How does it help any of us? We don't even know what's going to happen to Maven.
No.
As far as I know, this guy said he was a vampire. He could have just taken his fill and she's done.
He did give her some of him. And I don't really know anything about vampires. He said it would take days.
Your guess is as good as mine. I've got a wealth of knowledge and reading behind me, but I'm in the same place as you are as far as what's going to happen.
I guess it's part of the journey.
Hopefully there's a destination where we aren't
Dead.
dead. Food for the dragons. I think there's things worse than death now. We've all established that.
Yeah. If death was anything other than what I know, then yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay. Perception for second watch.
Yeah. That's a 2.
Again.
I'm sorry. It's a 6. It's a 6.
Been a
Big
day.
Fat 6.
It's almost the same
All right.
spot too.
I am sorry.
Yeah, you're not too, yeah. Yet.
Very
Your watch.
introspective.
You want a perception check?
Yeah. Yep.
18.
18.
18.
That's the important one.
I'm good at perception.
Hey, you spent 10 years in a prison and become hyper aware from your PTSD.
That is fair. Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
Ah!
Fair.
He probably has as many false alarms as he has any real alarms.
Yeah.
Well, some of them pan out, whatever.
And the thing is like
We're being
right when you get
attacked.
to that
Oh no,
point-
all of it are tooted. Never mind.
Oh, we are being attacked.
Yeah. Absolutely happened.
And you're only crazy if you were never right at all. But there had,
Right.
like you said, there had to have been times where you're right. So it's like, it only feeds into the paranoia.
Rehearsals. You're rehearsing.
Yeah. You guys are waking up much better than the old times. So the night goes on. Oliver, you have watch. Swiftblade standing just kind of at half ease, half attention. You take June, take your turn. At one point, when you do start to kind of nod off a little bit, like you have, you will hear just you know.
I wasn't. Nope.
And Viet, you also take your watch, and nothing stirs. There's no sound.
I've got a question for the DM. I've got one level of exhaustion marked. I can't remember what that's from.
You've that was from when you chose not to sleep. From when you had all the things happen from after the fight and the trauma and all that stuff, and it was like everyone slept, and you're like, he is not. And then you guys ran into the vampires.
Okay, so
yeah, so now it's gone. You've rested.
got it. Thank you. All right.
Yep, not a problem. So yeah, wake up. It's a brand new day, and kind of same operation. Heading up further.
Rations. Pick up Maven. Hold on the removable rod.
All right, roll me a survival check.
$14.
14. Okay. You eventually actually start to fully re-pick up your old trail. And the day goes by quietly. There's like before there was like, you know, odd underground noises every now and then, like something moving somewhere way in the distance. Now it's just still down here.
Yeah, would have done another primeval awareness before we left the building.
Yep. If you did that right away, there is the sense of nothing anymore. There's not even on the like outside range.
Yep.
And you go another day of travel. Just roll me one more survival check for just finding a safe spot.
No. That would be a 8.
8. So you tell me, with where you're at, you're not finding anywhere you feel like it's a good defensible spot. You're exposed. You kind of are hitting some of those bigger open caverns before you get to the last section before you got back to the arcane laboratory area.
How far to the arcane laboratory area?
One more full day. You'll get there like 4:00 p.m. like kind of on the next day.
Viet will check and see how everybody else is doing.
Everybody's had a full day of travel.
Oliver's probably looking at Viet kind of apprehensively because
he's got a calculating look on his face.
Oliver feels like he messed up, which he did.
What are you thinking, Viet?
You'll look at the open space, big open caverns. He's going to turn and keep walking. Push on.
Okay. Yeah, June will follow him.
Ooh, I actually need to look to see what that insight is. Sorry. I was looking up the Swiftblade's stats and I forgot I made a test character and it was just with horrible stats and it was a barbarian named Disappointing. Sorry. I was just like, what is sorry. Not you. No, not sorry. So I need everybody to give me, because I rolled a total of 24 for insight. What is everybody's like and mental? That's not what this is looking at. This is looking at your physical wherewithal, the way you're walking. Like, do you need a break more than your willpower would push on? That's the question. If that makes sense to you, like where it's like, I can push through it, where it's just like, no, you need to rest. Don't be dumb. You'll compromise us by being dumb.
June's pretty stubborn. And if Viet thinks we need to keep pushing on, then she thinks we need to then she'll suck it up.
It has nothing to do with that. It has to do with physically, like, you know.
Yeah, I mean, she's probably tired, but she's not. I mean,
yeah.
We haven't really done anything
just
today,
trusting to push on.
Yeah.
Oh, you've done a lot. You've traveled for hours through
no, but like.
No, I get you.
We're not
Oliver,
like climbing a mountain.
In some cases, you are spelunking.
So I think Oliver doesn't have
pushing
any,
Maven's body up ahead or dragging her one way. There's probably
Oliver
a couple tight spaces.
Anything dragging him down physically.
Okay.
Mentally, yeah, but no, nothing extraordinary beyond just being traveled far and being tired like everyone else, probably on some level.
All right. And Viet, are you still kind of in that kind of survival autopilot? Okay.
Yep.
So you all will
He's
start.
not in the I'm mad at everybody silent. It's the different type of silent this time.
Yeah.
Yeah. No,
just to
about
clarify.
an hour into continuing to walk. From kind of behind all of you, you're just going to hear to be honest, a voice no one's really heard. It has a little bit of a warble to the actual tonnage of it. You'll hear the Swiftblade from inside his helmet. Are we all going to die like your friend?
What do you mean?
Not dead. Shut up.
Seems like you're walking to your graves. You're all tired.
Listen, Mr. Swiftblade, could you reframe that statement in a more positive light?
I will be able to move much faster soon if you continue this pace. Because I won't have you with me.
I guess the answer to that was no.
And you are only going to compromise yourselves if you don't get rest.
Well, okay, everybody. I mean, I am in a state of denial and dealing with absurdities beyond any of my experience so far. That actually sounds like good advice. What do we think?
Viet will speak up and call out as he's still walking. He is not being in charge. This is an undefensible position.
Yeah, you're trying to trick us, Swiftblade.
He'll just nod his head.
June will kind of go up toward Viet and just I can probably make that I don't know, the tent, that dome. I could probably do that again.
Remind me, Catherine, where did we see the dome tent thing?
It was kind of a custom version of it, where in the sandstorm, we used it for another purpose.
Yes, it was in the sandstorm.
Viet
it was after
pause.
Kevin. After Kevin.
That helped. Yeah, post Kevin. Got it. Viet would pause then and nod.
Is that a dating system now? Just by dead people? Like an NPC is like, no, that was PE episode 50. You know.
Okay, so I will sit down and kind of really concentrate on trying to make this little dome thing.
Dome.
Yeah, little dome.
Little dome.
Little
I don't know. I like how you say it. A little hut. All right.
Do mavens dream of deadwood sheep?
We can't hear her because she's dead.
Do dead mavens dream of wooden
what
sheep?
spell are we looking for again? I'm sorry.
I'm sorry. It's Liamon's tiny hut.
All right. Does Viet fit in this anymore?
Hut.
It is. Well, it's a 10-foot radius, which means it's a 20-foot diameter.
Okay.
So
You'll be sitting.
you'd be sitting. Yeah. It doesn't say how tall the dome is, but I would assume it was a 10-foot tall. Yeah. So
Why can I not find this?
I don't know. It is. Do you want me to read it?
No, I was just looking for like dimension stuff like that. But yeah, it's fine. We're good.
Okay.
Roll me just you've used this before. You don't even have to roll. You use the spell slot and spend the time, and all of a sudden you see like kind of she starts to focus that light between her hands and then opens them up, and it spreads like kind of that hue of like a rainbow's arc, and it then solidifies. You can make it opaque. You could like what color?
Yeah, she would probably try and focus on making it the same color as like the stone. Like, are we near like a wall? Or are we like super in the open? Or
you're fairly out in the open. You're this is in caverns and stuff like that.
Okay. So yeah, she would try to make it as opaque and as like gray stone. Yeah. She's just kind of try and blend it in with the.
Fair. You do so.
Cool.
My question: when you cast the spell, who do you invite in? Like basically, in your head, who's allowed in and out of the hut?
Viet and Oliver and the Swiftblade. She's not thinking about Maven, and I don't know if that counts.
Oh, no, I get it.
Like she wouldn't have considered.
She's dead.
Well, also, I'm not sure that she knows that she has to like invite people in.
You kind of get that feeling of while you're doing it. Just,
I mean, we all know you have to invite Maven into places now. So she's gotten super polite in her undeadhood.
So quiet.
Ooh, that's a good question. No. Yep. Let's read the stream. Sorry.
Yeah, so she would just sort of be focusing on the party.
Okay.
Immediate party.
So, yeah, you do so.
Yeah.
You all, like, you watch this dome go up, and yes, Viet, it will be a little cramped. And in tying into that, yes, it will be cramped.
Yeah.
But you can all get in there, and you're just gonna kind of do a cow pile, baby. You know.
This is fine.
Yeah, this is gonna be
touch
creepy,
me.
but they would lay down Maven's body and basically lay down kind of in the middle of the dome, wherever he
Yeah.
right next to Maven, I guess. I don't know.
Yeah. She'll just take a little spot, curl up.
Swiftblade will stay outside. The
Momentarily considering whether or not he balls her, like folds her up into a pillow or something.
Aw, you should.
I know, has rigor mortis set in? Like, is she super stiff yet? Or
You're
like,
so
she's probably bent in half already at that point.
Yeah, over her shoulder. She's just propped up like a bee, you know. Yeah, you all are able to get in there.
Yeah, when lays down Maven this time, would just kind of adjust her moss cloak around over her a little bit more.
little pillow.
Well, all right. Are you setting watches? You see Swiftblade is standing outside the dome, kind of back to
June
the dome.
would peek her head out and be like, you know, you can come in, right?
You know I don't need to actually rest like you, right?
That's okay. No, I didn't know that.
That was more me than his response would have been a little bit more like, I'm fine. I was being a smartass. Sorry.
I knew that.
I want the Swift
Are you
Blade to
setting
say.
a watch? You want Swiftblade to say?
Viet's asleep.
I'm like, whatever.
No, June's probably asleep. Nope.
Okay.
Oh, so a watch like outside of the hut?
No,
or-
just you guys can see out.
yeah.
It's more of, are you setting a watch?
Yeah, Oliver
And
would.
Viet and Juniper are out. And so as you're kind of like, so guys, what do you think?
June's
Okay.
just like curled up with Viet's beard. Like,
Aw, cuddle train.
And Maven's dead face just,
right? We've closed her eyes.
They keep
she's
popping
starting to
open.
decay a
It's
little
freaking-
bit. It's weird. There's like this
Great.
smell.
I thought gentle
that's starting to-
repose.
She should
No,
be
I know.
on pause.
I know. I couldn't help myself. Sorry.
I mean, I just kind of smell anyway. Like,
There
not
was
a
a-
lot,
More.
but a.
Scald had a nice. She might be dead, but she smells like she's in her prime.
Hey.
Mhm. Yeah. She does.
All right.
Not the
So
hell
Oliver,
it is.
are you keeping watch? The Swiftblade is outside, and you are in the magical dome.
Oliver will stay up, feeling like he needs to be alert for a while, but he's going to occupy that time, but by kind of looking at like that figurine of that looks like an old god's totem again, and check it with his notes this time.
Okay.
And yeah.
All right. Roll me another religion check. This time, I'll give you advantage, seeing as you're spending a little time and actually going back in some of your notes and stuff.
Okay. All right. So I put guidance on myself for that too. It's 29 total.
29 total. It does nothing. No.
Okay.
Guidance doesn't solve everything.
Guess
No, you get the
no one will ever know.
after looking through some of the notes and even going through one of the other tomes that you got, and you hadn't really spent a lot of time going through yet. You actually do see, like, it's faded and all that, but even after you start to recognize some of the features by descriptions in some of the different stories and stuff like that, you get the idea that this is probably Pharaon. He is known as the Old Firebeard, the Hammer, or the kind of deity of crafting, forging, any kind of artisans, things like that.
Okay.
And even with that, using a little of, some other kind of random wooden material, let's just say, and that thought you had before using mending, you actually do kind of reshape the piece a little bit and bring it back to at least looking a little bit more recognizable.
Cool. All right. So I'm not completely incompetent after all.
Yay.
Yep. So, Oliver was kind of mired in a little crisis of not knowing and was worried about that. This makes him feel better.
That's good.
And he'll probably fall asleep then.
All right. You're all sleeping. Maven.
Am I sleeping?
You are sleeping the eternal slumber.
Yay.
Can I get you to roll me
Yes.
first a Constitution saving throw?
You can. I've been dead for so long I forgot to pull up my D&D Beyond. 1 second. Could have been doing this the whole time, huh? You said Constitution?
Constitution saving throw.
Okay. Ooh, that's not great. That's an 11.
Okay.
Oh.
And another one.
Oh, okay. Okay, that one's better. That's a 16. I don't know. Is this like golf? Do I want to roll low? What do I want? Okay.
Okay. And we'll do one more.
Okay. 21.
21.
21.
All right. Thank you. You all wake up. And
Y'all do? All of us?
Everyone except Maven.
Aww.
I know. You all wake up, the dome comes down, and Swiftblade is still standing there.
Viet will put his hand in the earth and reach out with his primeval awareness, smelling the air, and try to sense again whether or not there are any undead within a mile.
Okay. Nope.
Okay.
Very safely, no.
Any dragons, celestials, aberrations? Celestials. Just had it.
Fae or fiends, I think, are in there too, right?
Aberrations, celestials, dragons, elementals, fae, fiends, or undead. Do the gemstones for the blunderbuss?
They do not. They do not pop up as elementals.
Interesting. I was just curious about that.
Yep.
Interesting.
Nope. Still nothing.
I'm glad. Yeah. So reassured you had to go look up. Creature
Just
type.
need to know a classification of things.
Viet will sling Maven's body over his shoulder again.
Like a real gentleman.
Chew some rations. Shove some crackers and jerky in his mouth. And once everybody's ready to go, start going again.
You ready?
All right. Start heading out. Give me another survival.
$16.
16. All right. You all, it's another good travel. That rest was good. You do have a few spots where it definitely was slowed you down a little bit, probably trying to do this tired. There would have been actual checks involved. But you do clear some, like, looks like a little bit of cave-in might have happened, and keep moving. And before the end of this this third day, you get back to that arcane laboratory, and you get the door back open, go inside and kind of check it out. Nothing seems to have been disturbed.
No shadows.
Nothing jumping out at you. And
this is a big stone door, right?
Yep.
That will stand at the door, waiting with the door open, not closing it into the Swiftblade's face.
Okay.
And give him pausing. He will enter. Okay.
Yep.
And Viet will close the door. I can't remember how this one works. Is it a hinged?
Yeah, this one was more of a ceiling door that had an actual functioning lock.
Okay. He'll seal the door, and if it opens inwards, he'll set the immovable rod again.
Yep. You easily can do that. And you are inside. If there's anything you want to do in here, otherwise,
this room is what?
This is the Arcane Research Library.
All the books. Lab. All those books.
All the tomes you had found, yep.
Okay. Yeah.
Viet will go to the bookshelf and pick a random book and stick it in it. He's got room for one more book because he left the one.
Oh, yeah. Swap.
So he'll grab a.
You are one item away from over encumbrance. So that's where you traded that item out.
Viet is like super pack mule here at this point.
Yeah.
He's got so many bags and satchels and bags and backpacks.
I just always love that in games where it's just like, ooh, a cup. Oh,
slow walk.
And I'm curious, what have we got? He's carrying 150 pounds.
Do you need somebody else to carry things?
No, he's fine right now, especially.
Who wants to carry me?
I'm 100%. Oh, I didn't count Maven. It's not polite to ask weight, but
safe to say you're over 100.
She is an elf, though. She is an elf.
Really
light,
bony,
hollow bones.
No, elves have like the hollow bones, so they can walk
like
on
birds.
Snow, right? Yeah.
The dreadlocks.
Or they know where the stepping stones are.
A little bit.
Less the 28 ounces for soul or whatever, however that works.
Yeah. All right. So, grabbing a book. Are we resting here for the night?
Yeah. Oliver's. Oh, go ahead.
I was gonna say I kind of want to check out a couple books too, so just kind of pull some random ones and see what we get.
All right.
What was Oliver doing? Sorry.
Oh, Oliver is taking a double take at this library because it looks different to him now. And the reason for that is because since he put in with Sentry, he can read all writing now. One of his Eldritch invocations. So stuff looks different. And he's never really tested that ability out yet. So now he's looking for anything else that would look like good, informative material for the road ahead, especially.
All right. This is going to be one of those moments where I'm going to tell you, you're really tired. You're going to rest here. I have made a note for myself because some of the stuff is in just like notes for me of like topical stuff. The note I just left for myself is Oliver can read it all, and I will get more specifics for in the future because right now I can give you vagaries.
Okay.
So it's been a long day. Before you do any kind of reading, you should rest.
Mm-hmm.
I'm looking for clerics for dummies.
I know somebody who will probably be able to, if I can get that to focus. This thing is bugging me tonight. I'll go way back. Then bring it back. No.
Look away. Look back.
Look away. Look to.
Make them wait for it
Bite your lip.
and pose.
Do my blue steel.
Yeah.
Come on.
Maybe you're just blurry. Are you related to
I think it's
Sasquatch?
just, yeah. Are you just?
It's in the family. Yeah.
You just have blur
I
permanently.
just have blur, I guess.
Permablur.
It'll focus all of a sudden randomly. So just give it time. All right. Are we setting watch again?
Make an unattractive face, and then it'll zoom in on you immediately.
Oh, there you go. It did.
In my defense, it did it right before I made the face. Are we setting watch?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
It would put Maven's body on one of the tables. Probably correct one of the tables that he had tipped over while he was examining the potentially mimic bag on the wall.
Oh yeah.
He'll write that one again and put Maven's body on that.
Okay. Body dispensed.
Go crawl up in the corner and sleep.
Taking third watch, second watch, first watch.
Sure.
Okay. All right. So Oliver, first watch. While you were starting to just scan through, thank goodness you're taking first watch because you've got things to read. There's only one way really into here. It's sealed, so you feel like I'm awake. I'm looking through things.
Do I even need to roll? Because Oliver's passive perception is 20.
Boo. Yeah, because maybe your active will roll lower.
Oh, okay.
No, you're fine. You're fine. And also, the Swift Blade is not sleeping either. So yeah, you're just kind of poring over these tomes, and yes, I'll have lots of things I can send to you.
Okay.
Yeah, I'll give you a list, and I'll let you roll me a d6.
A D6 coming up. I rolled a 2.
All right. I'm going to send you a list, and I'll give you basically, you get to choose 2 of the tomes that in this watch that you'll just start pouring over.
Okay.
Okay. Second watch.
Oh, is that me?
Pick me.
That is you.
God dang it. I am the worst. 7.
7. Ooh, one better. All right.
Why am I the worst at watches? You guys. I'm very concerned.
It's perfect, actually. It is perfect for so many reasons. So you're kind of just not 100% paying attention. You're kind of dozing a little bit. It was a long journey. And you're also, still in your own head and, everything. Maven.
Yeah.
Great. Of course, this happens on my watch.
Whoa. Oh, I want to so bad.
So, do you recall the discussions
Juniper.
about all the new mechanics?
I'm still hungry, Juniper.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, we did. We talked about those.
We did.
And I wrote them all down, actually.
That's good. What is, because I don't remember, what is Maven's normal eye color?
Green.
So, like dead cataract-y looking green.
Yeah.
So that's what like the camera sees when all of a sudden you open your eyes.
Icky, gross. It's like snot in my eyeballs. Gross.
But you can see so clearly. You're not breathing. You're not, and you notice that and take kind of that mental check in with yourself of like, this is definitely different. You're not breathing, and you don't have it's strange now that it's not there. You don't hear your heartbeat. Like that's one of those things that you can always hear, but your body just learns to tune out. But now that it's not there, but you
I don't
do
hear.
feel a heartbeat.
Hate
And
that.
2
Oh,
and 3.
okay. Cool. Very neat.
And you can like just almost see and hear them from a few feet away. And you just kind of turn your head and look, and you can see Viet laying, sleeping. You can see Oliver leaning against a like kind of like his sack and stuff with like 2 tomes, wrapped up in his arms. And you can see Juniper just trying to stay awake, and you can see she's struggling. And then you can see the Swiftblade standing over there. And he's different.
Uh-oh. How's he different?
Like there's no heartbeat. Oh, there it was. And then while you hear the other 3 hearts going, there's just this long pause. And then after like 10, 20 seconds, there's another one.
Okay, so he is alive, but he's not. You know what I mean?
He's different. You're not sure what he is.
He's alive.
But, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And
wow.
Also,
yes.
Hungry, man.
Yeah.
Like, you got the hangries. You're not bad. Actually, for kind of rethinking about, which oddly enough feels almost like a book that you've read of your old life. It's different than what you are now. But you don't remember, like, you feel like from everything you saw those insane versions of these things, like where it's like, I feel like I should be hungrier, but you're not too bad. Like you definitely feel like I could eat.
Yeah. Do I sense any other life forms other than my companions?
Roll me a perception check.
Okay.
Should be better than June's.
Well, God, I hope so. It can't be much worse. Shouldn't jinx myself, though. No, it was a 21, so I guess
I could hear them coming, and I was dead, Juniper.
Nothing else is alive in this room, and from what you can hear directly outside of it.
Okay. Neat. Not even like an animal or anything? Okay.
No.
No worries, no worries.
You are locked in, it looks like, as you kind of look around and
Oh, this will be fun. This should be fun. And so I'm just laying on a table.
Yep. Just kind of moving your head around looking.
I wiggle my toes.
Your
and
toes
I wiggle my fingers. And I start, I don't know if you guys have ever done like yoga or like come out of surgery, but they make you wiggle your toes and then you wiggle your fingers and you bring awareness to the rest of your body. That's what Maven's doing right now. She's just kind of like trying to get a feel for all of the limbs and the body parts. And I'm sure I'm creaking and gleeking and oozing or something. I don't know. I'm gross.
There are a few there's a few cracks and pops and things like that. And ironically, June doesn't even seem to react. She's just
I'm gonna try to keep out of sight for now. So I'd like to try to inch my way off the table.
Okay, roll me a stealth check.
Oh, this gotta be good. Nat 20 plus 4, 24.
So, Juniper.
Yeah.
You're sitting there and just kind of look around. Maven's gone. And I got to roll for the Swiftblade too.
F.
I'm gonna whisper, so I'm not gonna freak you out. I'm gonna go. Don't worry.
Oh no, that's not gonna help. Like,
no, June, it's cool.
Just the first whisper in your ear. Like, that's a punch thrown.
I'm not gonna.
No, she doesn't know.
Yeah. No, like that's not.
Am I anywhere near you? to punch.
You can be far enough away, yeah. But if you're whispering enough that there's a direction over the shoulder or wherever you're at, because you have hella movement now.
Yeah.
And so yeah, she just turned just turn around. Everybody else wakes up to that.
God damn it.
Yeah.
What's going on?
Maven's gone.
You will,
Maven's
as you wake up, see Swiftblade has his sword out from its sheath, and he has stepped towards like the table area and has interposed himself between June, the group, and wherever Maven's standing. Because I rolled a nat 20 for his perception when you got off the table.
So he knows where I am. Okay, good.
And he's staring directly in your direction.
Yeah.
So the Swiftblade is on point at something.
Yeah.
Okay.
Maven's gone. Maven's gone.
But it's defensive
and she's
point.
gone.
It's not like he's not attacking, but he is definitely.
I literally blinked and she's gone.
Maven's not gone, guys.
Viet will have done his signature, roll to his feet, weapon in hand, looking around.
I stand up. And I am about 20 feet
tall.
Oh, yeah, I'm taller than Viet finally. No, I'm about 20 feet away, as close to the wall as I can be.
If you don't mind me just doing a little DMing, because you didn't even realize you could do it. You were just moving with what you're used to your body doing. You just see her actually like move out of the shadow, and she's actually clung to the top corner, like with the wall and the ceiling.
Yeah, that's not. That's really unsettling.
Viet is dropping his pickaxe and pulling the stake out of his bag.
Okay, that's not maybe enough.
Good idea.
I'm gonna crawl to the farthest reaches of the ceiling then.
So yeah, all the way in the absolute corner.
I'm a spider in the corner, like guys, where am I?
Viet will hand a vial over to Oliver. Dab a little of this on your neck.
I'm not gonna eat you. What are you crazy? You're my friend.
Garlic?
Well, not yet, but I won't eat you either.
What was the vial?
It's water.
Oh.
Power of belief, baby.
Never mind. Where are you? What are you?
I am confused.
Like, give me that vial back.
Okay.
I am.
Do you need my steak too?
Viet will take the second steak.
That'd be delicious. I'm very hungry.
He starts pacing along the edge of the room.
I would like to come down and talk to you, but I think I'm gonna get a steak, and not the one that I want. If I do, so I'm gonna stay up here for now. Please don't hurt me.
Hurt you?
I would never hurt. Okay, I get it, and like totally fair. If you want to unlock the door, I can wait outside until you guys are ready to leave. That's fine. I don't.
Doesn't sound any more comforting.
Well, okay, well, I don't know. I don't blame you for not trusting me. But
what?
Maven?
Yeah.
Can I have you make me with some saving throw?
Yeah.
Please.
Yeah.
She just wants out there so she can hang out with her new friends.
Oh, no. That's an 8.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
You can mark this too. That is one strike. There is a predatory part of you now that does not like being cornered, and 2, I guess you could rationalize it as, why are you negotiating with your food? Like, there's a part of you where you're trying to calm them down, but there's also a part of you that's trying to amp you up to be like, you're so fast, you could take that one, and then you could hobble that one, and then it's like you're seeing angles that you're normally not used to seeing. And you watch as Juniper's holding the sword, and you can see it's like a shaky grip, That is not, it's just like you're seeing things that you're unhappy seeing that you're thinking about. And so it's like you're trying to talk them down, but you are also amping up being in this corner. So just an FYI.
Yeah, guys, can we talk parlay perhaps?
Fia will be sliding towards the door.
Which one? The one outside?
The only one. So he's now moving towards your left. They're separating.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna.
I don't like how she's looking at me.
I don't like how you're looking at me. God.
Yeah, her eyes are darting back and forth. And by the way, just for that, the second she woke up, you guys preserved her body. You used gentle repose. Some fun rolls were rolled, and her corpse body, that this vampire thing she got, and the powers that have a drawback as well. And hers is, if you think about when, like, any zombie movie where it's like, oh, they're clearly a zombie now, like no damage to them, but you can just tell by the skin, the eyes, all of that. That is now Maven on her best day. She looks like a corpse. Not like, ooh, very alabaster skin or sparkly vampire. No, she looks like a corpse.
Yeah, I'm gross. Twilight, this is not, unfortunately.
Yeah. She got mockery of life for her weakness.
Yeah.
And it only gets worse if she don't feed.
Yeah.
Maven, you look like crap.
Yeah, don't rub it in, man.
Well, you haven't even looked at yourself yet.
Yeah,
you don't even know.
Kind of know. I felt the pops and the creaks and the gashes and the goops. June, you know what happened. Oliver, I'm assuming you know what's going on, and Viet is going to try to kill me. Can you let me out of this room, please, so that I don't do anything I will regret, please?
Viet shifts one of the stakes to his hand, reaches out to the crowbar, deactivates it, tucks it away.
Okay, this
He's moving
is good.
slowly. Pulls the door open. Steps back away from the door.
Okay. I respect.
Apparently, there is an opening.
I respect that you are not trusting me. I get that. I don't want to hurt you guys. I promise you that. I don't want any harm to come to you by my hand or anyone else's. I might look a little bit maybe different. I feel different, but I'm still Maven. I promise.
Is that legit?
Yeah.
Can I roll an insight?
Roll insight.
But that was legit. I swear. As Killian, that's legit.
20, dirty 20.
You'll get the sense of everything that she's saying. She absolutely believes, but you also rolled high enough with that insight that you can see the way she's looking at you, that there is a little bit of a backseat driver now.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go out into that room, and you can talk amongst yourselves and decide what you want to do. Just give me a chance to explain when you're ready. Okay?
First step, there's the door.
Okay. I'm gonna climb the ceiling way. Out the top.
Oh yeah, the creepiest version you could do.
Yeah,
I don't want him to stab me out the door.
No, I get it. But also,
how tall is the ceiling here?
It's about 25 feet up. Yeah, Swiftblade. Like before, it was just a defensive.
is
Now, no, he's not moving, but you definitely watch and he definitely has a little bit of like smooth motion to his body language. And you see he just is opened up to where he is ready for a swinging strike, like basically a batter like this, where it's like a swordsman who's ready to, the next movement is attack. And he is just, as you're starting to go on the ceiling, it's like, yep, that's fucked up. You know?
As I'm crawling out, I'm like, I'm sorry. I really don't trust being on the ground right now because you guys,
I don't know how to do this.
I gotta go. Okay. Please close the door behind me. Thank you. Bye. And I scurry out the door and I get as far away from that door as possible.
Okay. How far you think you're running? For how long?
I would like to see if I can sense any living creature because I am very hungry.
You are.
Yeah.
Roll me, especially for this scent and stuff like that. Perception check with advantage.
Okay. $19. No, wait. What was that? 14.
14. Man, there's nothing in the area. You know what there is, though?
No.
3 blood bags right back there.
Yeah, I know, but I can't eat those blood bags. I like those blood bags. Despite my better judgment, I like those blood bags.
And you also did catch the whiff of, the one who's not super knowledgeable with the sword she was holding. She's got a little extra blood
on that one.
Yeah.
It's old though. It's not good. It's old blood.
Yeah.
And there's a part of you that is kind of also like threatened by it too. But it also still smells like blood, just old blood.
Yeah. Okay. I'm gonna go out and scout for some food, I think.
Okay.
Yeah.
So here's the fun thing.
Yeah.
You really don't get tired running anymore.
Hell yeah. Very
so you can push yourself. And you can move 120 per round now. If you use everything. And so you can just into the dark, and you have really good vision and you're booking.
Yeah.
So roll me a survival while we're doing this.
Here's my thingy. Okay. I got an 11.
11. Okay. Back inside. Do we shut the door so she's out? Yeah. I assumed, which is why,
And another charge on the immovable rod.
Yep. And as you are shutting and click that, you'll hear the sword going into the scabbard on the swift blade. Wow. Maybe this is the place to stop. It is 9 and we're speechless. You know what? I think that's a good place to, like, as the door shuts and you all, you know what? All the issues that you all had with each other, traveling and all that right now, not the most important thing. Yeah. And there's no one knows what to say, where it's like, well, that happened. That's where we're gonna stop. It is perfect. You guys set the perfect moment for the stop. It's not a cliffhanger, but it is a what?
Yeah. All right.
Oh, so Killian, thank you for being so patient.
Yes,
it's fun.
Thank you, everyone who hung out with us tonight and checked this out. And hello, future people. Next week should be interesting, as I feel like a little time could pass of literally it'll come back to this episode and it'll look like we're picking up, but it's like all of a sudden slowly it'll fade on 4 hours later and no one said a word. They're all like, so Yeah. Awesome. Thank you, everyone, for joining us. I am DM Scott. With me, as always,
Ilias.
And Nick.
Vampire.
Chris.
And Catherine.
Have a great week.
Bye.
Don't eat your friends.
Yeah.